Okay, good morning and welcome back to our Teknik Digital course. Today we're going to discuss about timing diagram. So I believe we already reached our 9, the 9th class. So today we're going to discuss about timing diagram. A timing diagram will explain about how circuit behave in terms of time. But actually we don't have the slide to explain that, so let's just create a new slide in here. Okay. Now, based from our previous discussion, we understand that signal has two attributes. The first one is something that we call amplitude. Sorry, something is my. So we have amplitude. Sorry, it's very messy. Okay. So we have on the y-axis, we have the something that we call amplitude. And then for the x-axis, we have something that we call time. And each of them will have something that we call unit of measurement. For example, in amplitude, we usually use the volt. And then for the time, we usually use something like second, or maybe millisecond, or nanosecond, etc. Okay. And in this Cartesian diagram, so we have Cartesian diagram which has the two axes, x and y, and x is time and y is amplitude. We have now we can draw the signal, something like this. So that means maybe, for example, this is 0 and this is 5, and this is 1 and this is 2, and then this is 3. So between the time between the time of 0 to 1, the voltage is 5 volt in here. But between the time of 1 to 2 seconds, the voltage is 0. And between the time of 2 to 3 seconds, the time is, the voltage, the amplitude is 5 volt, etc. So this is what we call timing diagram. We can draw the timing diagram using XY Cartesian plane. And then the x-axis is time. And then the y-axis is amplitude. And usually we have the unit of measurement. This is second. And this is volt. Okay. Now, what is got to do with our logic circuit? Let's say I have a very simple logic gate, which is in this case is inverter. Now we have input and also we have the output. Now, what happens if so what happens if we have the input? This is the signal for input and this is the signal for output. If the input is something like this. This is also time, and this is also time. Then what will be the output signal? As we are already aware that inverter will invert the input to become the output. So whatever the value of the input, the output will be the inversion of the input. For example, if the input is 0, the output will become 1. But if the input is 1, then the output will become 0. So let's think about that rule. This is 0. So, and then this one is 1, and then this is 0. So based on this value of the input, the output will become, if the input is 0, the output will become 1. And when the input is 1, the output will become 0. And when the input is 0, the output will become 1. So the output signal is something like this. Okay. Now, how about another type of logic gate? Let's say I have the AND gate. This is A, and this is B, and let's say this is C. So now we have two input. Let's say this is A, and this is B, and then this is C. This is the voltage, and this is time, time, time. And let's say the input is something like this. Okay. Now, what will be the output signal if the input is something like this? So just create the line in here just to make sure that it's in the correct form. Now, AND gate has the truth table something like this. 0, 0, the output will become 0. 0, 1, the output will become 0. 1, 0, the output will become 0. 1, 1, now the output will become 1. So now, at this part of output, the input is 0 and 1. Because the input is 0 and 1, A is 0, B is 1, so it will become like this. So the C will become 0. Now, the next part of the signal, 0 and 0. 0, 0, the output will become 0. 1, 0, the output will become 0 also. 1, 1, now the output will become 1. And then 0, 1, the output will become 0. 0, 0, the output will become 0. 0, 1, the output will become 0. 1, 1, the output will become 1. So the output signal of C is something like this. Is that the same thing like in OR gate, NAND gate, NOR gate, etc.? Okay. Now, how about if we apply or introduce a delay in this logic gate? As we can see from our previous discussion, every logic gate has its own what do you call a delay. Okay, let's check out. Let's say the inverter 74 0.04. Okay, this one. Now let's check out the, okay. Okay, where is the, okay, this one. It has propagation delay time from low to high is 22 nanosecond, and the high to low is 15 nanosecond. So it has different delay when the input coming from low to high compared to the signal, the input signal coming from high to low. Low to high is 22 nanosecond, and the high to low is 15 nanosecond. Now, let's go back to our inverter. This is, let's say this is input, and this is the output. So the signal will be something like this. This is the input, this is the output. This is volt, and this is time, this is time. Now, let's say the time is in already nanosecond. This is nanosecond. And let's say this one is 0. And then this one is 10 nanosecond, 20 nanosecond, 30 nanosecond, 40, 50, 60, and 70. And then we also have this, sorry. It's supposed to be red. This is also 10. 50, 60, 70. This is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. Now, let's say that the input is something like this. Okay, and remember the time propagation from high to low is, sorry, is it correct? High to low, oh sorry, low to high is 22 nanosecond. High to low is 15 nanosecond, but the time propagation from low to high is 22 nanosecond. Now, the first part of the input is 0. So the output will become 1. And then the input change from low to high. In ideal world, when the input change from 0 to 1, the output is supposed to become 1 to become 0. So in ideal world, it's supposed to be in here. But because there is a delay in here, and the delay comes from low to high, and from low to high is 22 nanosecond. So that means the output will become low after 22 nanosecond, 22 nanosecond after the input change. Now the input change at 10 nanosecond. So plus 22 nanosecond, it will become 32 nanosecond. So it will become something like this. So it will be in here. That's a very big delay. Okay. Now, the input change from high to low. From high to low has a delay of 15 nanosecond. So when the change came at 30 nanosecond, the output will change 15 nanosecond after 30. So it will become 30 plus 15 will become 45. So it becomes in here. So this will be the actual output signal of the inverter because there is a delay. Now, how about if we create the input? Okay, so let's say we have the input. Something like this. This is the input and this is the output. This is 10, this is 20, this is 30, and this is 40. And this is, let's say this one is 12. So only 2 nanosecond for the pulse width of the input. Now, the input change from 0 to 1. So let's say this one is already 1. And the input change from 0 to 1. Because it changed from 0 to 1 or low to high, the delay is 22 nanosecond. So the output will change from 1 to 0, 22 nanosecond after the changes. So 20 nanosecond after the changes is 10 at 10 nanosecond. So the output will change at 32 nanosecond in here. Okay. Now, however, the pulse width only 2 nanosecond for the input. So that means the output will supposed to change from 0 to 1, 15 nanosecond after these changes. 15 after 12 is 27, but 27 is in here. So that means the output will stay 1. This is what happened when we try to introduce very small or very small input, very small width of input. So the pulse width is very small. So the output is supposed to change, but it will not change because of the delay. Okay. Now, that means every logic gate has a maximum frequency. So it's not supposed to have a pulse width at this small. Maybe it's supposed to be something like this. So the minimum width is, for example, is 20 nanosecond. It cannot work if the pulse at 2 nanosecond. Okay. Now, so every circuit, every logic gate has its own maximum frequency. It cannot accept inputs beyond that frequency. And that is usually written in the datasheet, but I believe there is no information for that. So we have to calculate by ourselves. For example, the propagation delay time is 22 nanosecond. So the minimum width of the input pulse is supposed to be much more than 22 nanosecond. So 22 nanosecond nanosecond. Nanosecond is this one. And then, so the maximum frequency is 45 megahertz for this logic gates, inverter logic gates. You cannot accept frequency beyond that value. Okay. Now, how about if we combine several logic gates? Now, let's say we have a circuit, something like this. This is the AND gate, and then this is the OR gate. So this is A, this is B, this is C, and also this is D. So we have this is A, this is B, and this is C, and this is D. Okay. Now, let's say the input is something like this. And now, what will be the output signal? Let's make the line first. This is okay. Now, sorry. Now, the output D is AB, because this one is AB plus C. Now, this is the part where the input is A0, B0, and C also 0. 0, 0, 0, that means 0 times 0 plus 0 is 0. Now is 0, 0, 1. 0, 0, 1. So the output will become 1. Now 0, 0, 0 also 0. 0, 1, 0 is 0. 0, 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 0, 1. Okay, so as long as C is 1, the output will become 1. So this part is 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. So the output will become 0. 1, 1, 0. 1 times 1 plus 0, 1, 1, 0 is 1. And then 1, 1, 1, the output will become 1. 0, 1, 1, the output will become 1. 0, 1, 0, the output will become 0. So that will be the signal output of the circuit. Now, how about if we add some delay in here? Now, if we add some delay in here, then we need to make sure that we have another timing diagram. Sorry. So we have A, B, and then also we have AB, and then we have C. Why do we need AB? Because the AND gate introduced a delay. So let's make something like this. Now, let's say that, okay, this is D. Now let's say that the AND gate has 1 millisecond delay. And then the OR gate also has 1 millisecond delay. Now, this is A, 0, B, 0. 0 times 0 is 0. However, it will be delayed at this part. And then 0, 0, also 0. And then 0, 1, it will become also 0. And then 1, 1, it will become 1. So it will become delay something like this. And then, 1 and 0, it will become 0. And then extra. Okay. So this will be the output of AB. And then we're going to add the signal of AB with C, and also with a delay of 1 millisecond. So 0 plus 1 is 1, but that 1 is become in here, and then it will become here, and then this is 1, so it is the same. So something like this for the output signal. So it's so much different compared to our previous signal. That's because of the delay. And remember, the total delay of the circuit is the total delay of each logic gate. So the total delay of this circuit is 2 milliseconds. 1 millisecond plus 1 millisecond from the AND gate and also the OR gate. Okay. Now let's try to do this on our Tinkercad. Let's open our class. This is our class, and it's the activity. Okay, new activities. Let's say this one is timing diagram. Okay, so I'm going to add this to the class activity. The timing diagram. Okay, done. Then I'm going to open this one. Now you may tinker this circuit whenever you want. Let's try to check the circuit. Okay, now in here we have 7408. which is actually an AND gate, and then 7432, which is the OR gate. This one is actually AB plus C, just like our previous example, AB plus C. Now, each of this A, B, and C will be generated using a function generator, using a square wave function generator, square wave, with the ability of 5 volt. This is for the A, and this is for the B, this is for the C. And then we're going to, well, analyze each of the timing diagram using the oscilloscope. This is for the A, this is for B, this is for C, and this is also, and this is the output D. Okay, let's try to start. Now, as you can see in here, when the input is 0, A is 0, B is 1, and C is 1, the output is 1, etc. Okay, although you have to put in mind, that this is simulator, and the output will be probably is not the same like in theory. For example, this is supposed to be 0, 0, 1, 1. This one is 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0. And this is 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. And the output is supposed to be 0 plus 1. Sorry, 0 times 1, A, B, plus C. The output 1. Okay, that's correct. Now, 0 times 1 plus 0. The output is supposed to be 0, but in this case, the output is 1 using the oscilloscope. So this is not the actual theory that we're going to discuss. So you can just try by yourself this circuit. Okay, this explains the timing diagram. Now, how about if I change the frequency to become much higher, because this one is only 1 Hertz. Let's say I'm going to put in 1000. and then this one is 2000, and this one is 4000. Okay, still calculating. Now, so you can see in here, the output, okay, let's wait until it's stabilized. Okay, still 1 second for the simulator time. So I think it's not working properly. The frequency is too high for the simulator. So if we want to, let's say, I'm going to change this to 0.1 hertz. And then this one is to become 0.2 hertz. And then this one become 0.4 hertz. Wait. 7, 8, 9 seconds, 10 seconds. So it produced something like this as the oscilloscope. Okay, this is our discussion for the timing diagram. Any questions so far? So basically, you need to understand two things, that every circuit has its own maximum working frequency. It cannot go beyond that frequency. Why? Because each logic gate or each circuit has its own delay. And because of that delay, we need to make sure that the output is still the same like in theory. Just like our previous example, AB plus C, the output is so much different compared to the previous signal without the delay. Okay. Okay. Any questions so far?
No, sir.
Okay. If not, then you can just tinker the circuit. You can just you can just do your experiment using the circuit, and then don't forget to do the quiz number 9 for the timing diagram, because this quiz will be counted as component in your final score. And the due date is tonight, starting from 9 a.m. until tonight 11:59 p.m. No re-attempt, only one attempt allowed, and the time limit is 10 minutes. I believe it's only 5 questions in this quiz, so you can do it directly today. Okay, thank you for coming, and I'll see you next week then.
Okay, thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Jaka, Aldi, Kalam, Kemal.